The thing about ancient civilizations is that they really, really loved their paperwork, or crystal work, or whatever medium they used to document their inevitable doom. XYX would know. He'd spent the last 3 cycles cataloging the ruins of exactly 17 extinct species, and every single one of them had left behind the galactic equivalent of a sticky note saying, "Don't mess with Earth." The latest discovery came from the remnants of the Tsetian Empire. Once proud rulers of 3 spiral arms, now reduced to dust and peculiarly well-preserved warning messages. XYX's tentacles waved in resignation as a sensor array decoded yet another crystal matrix, this one buried under the remains of what appeared to be their central archive. Let me guess, he transmitted to his research partner, Nas Beta 9, a quantum consciousness housed in what looked suspiciously like a decorative soap dispenser. They're going to mention Earth, aren't they? The crystal pulsed with ancient light, activating a holographic message that had waited millions of years to be found. The long-dead Tsetian archivist appeared, their crystalline form pristine in the recording. XYX started his standard documentation procedure, already knowing what was coming. To any who find this message, the hologram began, its voice carrying that unique mix of terror and bureaucratic thoroughness that seemed universal across species. We leave this warning about Sector 47X23, specifically the 3rd planet of the Yellow Star System. They call it Earth. They guard something worse. Do not investigate. Do not approach. We learned too late. At least we had time to file the proper forms before our extinction. XYX's appendages drooped. That makes 18, he noted in his log. 18 advanced civilizations, 18 warnings about Earth, 18 mentions of something worse, and 18 properly filed reports about their own extinction. I'm starting to see a pattern here. 19 actually, Nas Beta 9 chimed in, their housing gleaming unhelpfully. You forgot the Proto-Zeta Collective, though technically, they left their warning in interphasic interpretative dance. All right, the dancers. Hard to forget those fossilized poses. XYX added another entry to his growing database of Earth-related warnings. You know what's really starting to bother me? Every single one of these civilizations had time to leave a warning, who stops in the middle of their extinction to file paperwork. The crystal matrix flickered again, and the Tsetian archivist image returned with what appeared to be an addendum. P.S. For proper filing purposes, please categorize this warning under apocalyptic threats, subsection Gamma, Form X-789B-B. We would have filed it under Omega-level existential dangers, but the paperwork for that was simply too time-consuming given our imminent demise. XYX stared at the hologram for a long moment before adding a note to his personal log. Found another warning about Earth, but more importantly, who designed these filing systems, and why does every dead civilization use the same one? The Galactic Historical Society's archives were becoming increasingly amusing to browse, at least, if one had a taste for apocalyptic bureaucracy. Each documented encounter with Earth followed an almost comedically predictable pattern, as if the universe itself was running a particularly dark sitcom. Take the Meridian Collective, for instance. Their first report read, "Discovered promising solar system for colonization." Their second, "Native species detected. Seems primitive but oddly concerning." Their final report, filed precisely 2 standard cycles later. "Stay away from Earth. They guard." The transmission ends. The only thing more consistent than their mounting panic was their dedication to proper timestamp formatting. The quantum harmonists had taken a more artistic approach to their warning. They encoded their message into the atomic structure of their homeworld's moon, which now orbited their empty planet, like a giant crystalline billboard of doom. Humans appear simple. This is a trap. What lies beneath is worse. We should have known when we saw how they treated their own planet. No species survives that level of pollution unless something else is keeping them alive. Perhaps the most intriguing account came from the Silicon Dreams, a machine civilization that had attempted to hack Earth's primitive digital networks. Their entire collective consciousness had shut down exactly 3.7 micros after breaching human cybersecurity. They manage one final backup transmission. Their internet cannot be that bad by accident. It must be intentional. No species would willingly create such digital chaos unless they were hiding something far worse beneath it. The current galactic community's reaction to these discoveries range from academic fascination to outright denial. The Void University's Xenoarchaeology department had started a betting pool on what exactly humans were guarding. Current odds favored primordial chaos entity at 3:1, with Universe's recycling bin coming in a close second at 4:1. Really bad TikTok videos was a controversial dark horse at 10:1. The hive mind conclave had taken to observing Earth through long-range telescopes, meticulously documenting human behavior with increasingly confused reports. Species appears to simultaneously advance technology and use it primarily for creating and sharing pictures of small furry animals. Cannot determine if this is a sophisticated smokescreen or genuine cultural phenomenon. Even the notoriously reclusive gas giant Consciousness Collective had emerged from their cloudy isolation to comment. We have observed humans launching objects into space seemingly at random, often for reasons they state as because we can. No species expends resources so inefficiently unless they have access to something that makes such waste irrelevant. Most disturbing of all was the pattern of human advancement. Every civilization that had left a warning had been significantly more advanced than humanity at the time of their extinction. Yet Earth's defenders had prevailed each time, despite their apparently primitive technology. A particularly well-preserved warning from the Crystal Sphere Syndicate simply stated, "We thought their physics was wrong. Turns out, our physics was wrong. Their physics is worse. Do not attempt to correct their mathematical errors. The errors are not errors. They are bars on a cage." Thus, the Galactic Research Council had finally decided to do what bureaucracies do best: form a committee. After reviewing the mounting evidence about Earth, they assembled their finest team of experts, though finest might have been stretching it. Leading the expedition was Dr. Zeal, a gelatinous mass of cognitive fluid whose main qualification was being impossible to kill through conventional means. "I volunteer because I'm essentially immortal," they bubbled enthusiastically. "Also, my species doesn't believe in filing posthumous reports." Their technology expert, Quantum Intelligence Unit 359B, who insisted on being called Bob, was chosen primarily because they couldn't be hacked, mainly due to running on what they proudly called artisanal code that was so badly written no other intelligence could make sense of it. "My security through obscurity makes me perfect for this mission," Bob announced. "Also, I'm the only one who actually watched all of Earth's cat videos for research,"